Staten Island with the homie Don Pachino. Oh, let's get right on Facebook with our shares. We got the homie Big Business in the virtual building with us as well. My man Ryan, my man L&J should be joining us. Oh, so y'all just let's get right and we'll get it in. Yeah. Let me share the live pages now. All right. Shout out to Facebook Watch. Word.
Hey, we got to censor curse words on here, brother?
Nah, you good.
All right.
Oh, not at all, my G. You could talk. We can talk freely.
All right, cool.
Hell yeah. And hey man, I want to say, yo, it's an honor, man, to have you on, Don, man. For real, brother. You know, I've been rocking with Killer Army. I feel like I grew up with y'all cats, you know, with the woo and and
yeah, man. I appreciate all the love and support throughout the years from everybody, man. Including yourself, man.
Yeah, brother, and it's good to see that you're keeping it moving and things are still relevant for you. You know what I mean? Rocking with the napalm situation. It's awesome, brother. It's good to see.
It's grassroots with that, man. I had to build that up,
Yeah, man. Yeah. But you had the opportunity to do so. But shit, you had to stay in it and stay relevant all that time.
That's a fact. That's a fact, brother.
You know what I mean? So that's real. That's real to be doing
it. That's a fact. Word.
That's real. Word. All right, shit. Let me get off this damn Facebook. So they got us.
So we tuned into how many different how many lives are we on? How many channels? To Facebook, and you doing the Gram 2 live, or is it all in sync, or it's just Facebook?
This is just with Facebook Watch. We got to deal with Facebook Watch, so that's how we're doing it there. You're welcome to go on the Gram. We didn't do it on the Gram.
Yeah, but I don't know how to do all this connecting to this, you know what I mean? But nah, I feel you.
Man, we on iHeartRadio, Apple, Google, Spotify. The Shizzle Show is syndicated as well, so it'll be replayed on on a damn platform on Friday.
Oh, perfect.
In Philly and Pittsburgh and all that in damn Pennsylvania.
What's y'all reach per show like?
Oh man. Oh, it varies. And then you got people that watch now live, and then the people that are able to catch it now, they catch it on the multiple different platforms. So when I don't even know what it's like when we accumulate all the numbers, man.
Yeah. Nah, I feel you. Hey, at least you're out there putting the work in, man. That's all that matters, you know what I mean? I'm glad to be a part of it, you know what I mean? So we gonna rock and roll, man. You got the songs, you got them in you put them in the loop. The song the audio I sent, the music.
Oh yeah, that will be in the yeah. We'll have that in rotation.
Okay, cool.
We'll definitely get you right with that. All right, so I'm gonna get off of it. Get ready to rock and roll. Biz, you good?
Hey man, I'm just waiting for you to tell me we live so we can turn up.
Hey, we live. We've been live. I just been sharing it.
Oh, okay.
I'm on Facebook. We've been live. Go ahead.
Okay.
Say what's up.
Well, no.
Let me know when y'all ready for me to tune in, man. You know, make the introduction. I don't know how y'all trying to do it. You know, just I'm here.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was waiting on in terms of like, because y'all was kind of discussing some of the things in terms of, the business background. I say let me let me let you, lead off, and then I was gonna come with what I came with, you know what I'm saying, questions and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. Let me get off. Let me get off of here, and then we can just hop right into it. No need to even hold back. Hold on, real quick. Let me get off this Facebook. Hey, so Don, man, you in Staten Island, man?
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
Indeed, man. Napalm, New York. That's what I'm calling it now.
Word. Hey, like I was telling you the other day, I had talked to Pop, and Pop, it was Shaheem's birthday, and they were together celebrating, and word. So all y'all
I was supposed to be there. I was supposed to be there. And shit. What happened was I was mixing and mastering the album till like midnight, and it was an early joint. It was like from 6 to 12, man. So I made it up to him though. I took the guard out for a little lunch and shit. Got a bottle. We went to the studio, cooled out.
Word. It's good to see Shy home. He's good, and it's this beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Word.
Yeah, I'm about to pop in on y'all, man.
Yeah. We ready now. We can get it popping. Word. That's what's up. Got my man Fly Ride with us right here.
Peace.
Hey, Biz, you've been hearing the mixes. I don't think you've ever got a chance to see Rye or get acquainted, or
No, that didn't happen. But nice to meet you, bro. We'll do the face-to-face thing. It's good to meet you through the live and whatnot. And I'm a face-to-face cat, but it's good to kind of get to mix it up with people. So when you see them, it's like you feel like you already met them and you know them.
Yeah, hell yeah.
100. Appreciate it. It's good to be here. Hey, Dom, it's good to see you, bro.
Peace, brother. I see you rocking that W. Peace, family.
Hey, always, man. You did an interview with some of my people. I'm a producer on another show called the Artist Network Conference Call, man. We had you guys had called in, man. It was a great interview a while ago with Cat X. But
okay.
I'm gonna pipe out. I'm gonna mute myself so y'all do your deal. Respect, peace, y'all.
Peace, love, and respect, brother.
No doubt.
No doubt, right? Appreciate having you with us, brother. Yeah, that's what's up, man. So, we can get right into it with you, Don, man. Don Pachino, appreciate having you here with us, brother. I'm not gonna say formally of Killer Army, because I'm sure y'all might still have things bubbling. You know what I mean?
Killer Army for life, brother. Whether it's bubbling or not, my work, my contribution to Killer Army is solidified, bro. It don't matter. I got Killer Army tattooed on me. I'm Killer Army for life, man. I helped start that shit. You know what I mean? So that's regardless. Regardless if I make music with brothers anymore, I'm always gonna be Killer Army, brother. You know what I mean? Nobody can take that from me. Not even Mr. Ninth Prince. You know what I mean? So that's what it is, bro.
No doubt. Hope Killer Sin is all right. You know what I'm saying? Peace to that brother.
Yeah, he's good. I just checked him out a couple of days before Thanksgiving. The brother's in good spirits. He's just trying to bang out the rest of this time and get back back to the family, man.
So y'all did y'all thing, man. Back then, Killer and like we said briefly when we talked a little bit, there was a lot of Wu affiliates out here that wasn't claiming that W in the right way, and they think they was part of things, but you guys actually were part of the Wu-Tang Clan and spawned off of that. Can we just tap that briefly, and then we'll get on to what's going on right now?
We tap it all. Well, my take on that is that as far as our affiliation, Killer Sin
official. You know what I mean? And a lot of these cats ain't doing the W in the right way.
Listen, man, it's like Killer Army. First of all, Ninth Prince is RZA's brother, right? So it's already family. Killer Sin is Power's little brother. Power is the one who executive produced Wu-Tang, with Divine and RZA. So these are all the founders right here. So we got the founders, little brothers, as part of the group that I'm in. So it can't be not official. How's it not going to be official when the founders is the little brothers squads coming up and doing the thing. You understand? It's as official as it's gonna get. It's family, it's blood.
No doubt.
You know, and I go back since 8, 9 years old. You know what I mean? Like I done lived I done lived in the mansion and been around like I lived across the street from RZA's family. I know the whole family like 8, 9 years old. Ninth Prince is my best friend. So that's just to put a cap on that. That's how close my ties are. I go back 8, 9 years old with brothers. You know what I mean? Before this is pre Wu-Tang now. Okay. So that I'll leave it at that. I mean, this is when it was really just Old Dirty, Jizza, and RZA. Messing around with the music, doing their thing. Really, you know what I mean? I go back before Wu-Tang came together as a conglomerate.
That's awesome. So seeing that is kind of what helps spark and inspire brothers to do what they do a little bit.
100%. Aside from the cats that was out there doing it big at the time, the Big Daddy Kanes and the Slick Ricks and EPMDs and Rakims, Coochie Raps. Yeah, Wu-Tang, but that was like in hand's reach. So I'm seeing them do it, my brothers, my big bros, and it's like we got inspired from that. Like we can really do this because we doing it right here at home. So yeah, it was all of that.
So you was there in Stapleton the whole, or was it Park Hill? Which one was you in the whole time?
At that time, I was in Stapleton. I moved over to Park Hill later on, years later. You know what I mean?
Well, All right, so got cool. Boom. So you grew up in, man, that's awesome, brother. That's awesome. I just wanted to sprinkle them a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Biz, you look like you're about to say something.
Hey, I'm just trying to get in where I fit. What was the energy like? I say, because now you kind of giving it a time frame. What was the energy like when you were like in those early teenage years when things were starting to really pop and you're kind of seeing the things come together? What was the energy like and how did that affect you as an artist later on?
The energy was dope, man. Everything kind of happened so quick, although it was a lot of work put in. It seemed like it was quick, you know what I mean? Because like things really started taking off for me when I got out. I did a little quick bid on the island. And when I came out of Rikers, we was already like, within a couple of months, I already was going to the office and we started taking photos for the album. We already had it. Before I went in, I was on a run and I completed one track for the Killer Army album before I went in. When we came out, it was like, it's official. We got a situation. The bros already took it there. They already had that. They already had the 36 Chambers out. Was doing great. They already had a situation locked with priority for us to come out and do our thing. So it happened quick from that point. It didn't happen quick before. I'm saying all the work that was put in prior, of course, you know what I mean? That was a journey, but it seemed also quick, you know what I mean, at that point.
Right. Okay.
But the energy was crazy, man. Everything was just, when you're a bunch of brothers with talent that come from the bottom, man, and you get an opportunity, what you think the energy is going to be like, man? Everybody was just trying to well, let's do it. It was go time, green light, let's go. That's pretty much what the energy was like. It was like green light energy,
And the Wu, they kind of grabbed hold of y'all brothers, embraced y'all brothers, and took y'all on tour and everything. So that was some of your first experiences there as well, huh?
Yeah, that was touring is beautiful, man. Going out there and seeing the reaction from the fans and all the love, man. And, I remember it was a transition because our first promotional tour, we was packed in a little one of those 18 vans, the 18 passenger vans, and it was pretty much just Killer Army and Sons of Man. This might have been
in a Sprinter,
late 96, 97. Not even a Sprinter. Sprinters wasn't around then, bro. It was or something, but an 18 passenger. And we just really did our promo tour. Nobody knew who we was at that point. And I don't know if that was our first or our second tour. It was our promo tour was with MOP and
oh, that's hard.
And what's my guys? With Fergie. What's the group with Fergie? I'm sorry, pardon my
with Fergie. Take it back in the day. What was it? Black Eyed Peas?
Black Eyed Peas, but they didn't have Fergie then. It was just Black Eyed Peas. We was on tour with MOP, Black Eyed Peas, and Jungle Brothers.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was one of our first tours, the promo tours. This is before we started going on tour with the Clan. we was just getting our work in, Killer Army, Sons of Man.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, there's a lot of work put in, that cats, before you come to the forefront where people start to take notice, it's people that have been doing this for years. Like even cats that's coming out now, it's like new artists, artists of the year. You don't know what their journey was like behind the scenes before they actually, came across your radar. So yeah.
Yeah, that's real.
The question about the energy is because, Wu kind of laid the blueprint as far as groups were concerned, and like that brotherhood, and it was passed on, and it just was so much love. And then you see those behind the scenes stories like New Edition, like you didn't really understand all of those dynamics and you didn't really see that with Wu like that. Like they were uniform and everybody knew their position, and it was just a love, and then they passed it on to y'all. And that's why I asked that question, because I was wondering if there was any situation that kind of changed the dynamic in terms of your group that kind of made it to where you had that part in the road to where you kind of see, okay, I need to go solo or something of that nature.
Oh, that came. What happened with us as a group is that we had 2 albums with Priority, which Priority was cool, man. I'm sure they could have did more. Everybody could do a little bit more, but they did okay, man. We did really good with Priority, really good. And then we went over. Then Priority crashed. Snoop Dogg was over there. No Limit. Wu-Tang had Wu-Tang Records over there, and they went down for whatever reason. I don't know what Priority situation was, but then we was like, what we gonna do next? And being that RZA has a tight relationship with Steve Rifkin over at Loud, he was trying to get a production deal over there, and he was like, who do you want from the roster of what I got, all these artists? And he says, we'll take Killer Army, being that we was the one that's selling the most records. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, didn't y'all do like 500,000 over there?
Yeah, we did. I mean, it's the numbers go here and there, man. And they Killer.
Yeah, no doubt.
I just see Killer, and Killer said we well over platinum. You know what I mean? So everyone got a different, but you got to understand what SoundScan. See, you got what's on SoundScan, right? Those are the people who report the SoundScan. SoundScan costs $25,000 for a label to be in conjunction with SoundScan. A lot of these in stores and stuff like that. So a lot of them don't have the money to put up. So all the mom and pop stores, you know who they are. You got them in your neighborhood. Well, at least back in the day, stores are obsolete right now. But all those little Gary's Music on your corner over there.
Hey, you're joining there on consignment?
Yeah. Not even consignment. They were actually selling them. But the thing is, they don't report the SoundScan. So if they moved 100 copies in that store, you got Gary's record stores all over the United States. So if they were moving 100 here, 100 there, that wasn't getting reported. So that's why it's more than what the number reflects on SoundScan. You can't go by.
We have boogie woogies, bro. I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's true. So you know what I'm talking about. So
and that's still shipping though, and you still shipping though.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we still moving. We moving now. It's just a different thing. We moving digital now. We've been moving digital for the last 10, 11 years, whatever you call. So it's just.
Hell yeah. Dom, how you feel about this digital era, bro? How you feel?
I mean, the digital era is not bad, right? But you had to take some getting used to. I still like the old school. You go out and I thought it was more intimate. If you made somebody get out their bed, walk through some slush and snow to go copy an album when it dropped, that meant something. Right now, dudes, this is how bad it gets. That's why I'm gonna take you through a journey. I'm gonna say now, all right. Even if you got somebody to go listen to your music and go buy it and make a purchase online and put their credit card info in, that's still a little bit of a journey, right? But see, now what I don't like is the streaming. See, we not just we got digital downloads and then you got streaming. I don't like the fact that cats can go stream your music for there's no effort involved. They just he's a rat. I don't like them. They ain't paying nothing. I don't like that. Like I'm not busting my ass on a day-to-day basis to make good music for my fans. To just have cats be able to listen to it for free. So I don't feel the streaming situation at all. You know what I'm saying?
And then to receive residuals off the streaming, you got to have like 1 billion damn streams to do so. That's crazy, bro.
Only people making money off of streaming is the Drakes, the Taylor Swifts. Well, I'll tell you something about. I'll tell you a little something about Taylor Swift, man. She opted out for for Spotify, right? Because she was like, they ripping artists off, which that's what I'm doing. Like my new album, if y'all think y'all gonna catch it on Spotify, it's not happening. Ain't no free listening to it. What happened? You couldn't listen to Rakim's album back in the days before you bought it and say, oh, I like it, I'm not gonna get it after you heard the whole thing. You had to go off the single, the video, and if you liked him, you're gonna go buy his art and see what he got to offer. You didn't go get the whole sneak peek of the album before it came out. Get out of here, man. I don't like that aspect of it, bro. And that's why I'm trying to bring that mystique back with mine. Now you ain't getting all of that. You can go cop it when it comes out, and that's it. If you want to support, because I think we busting our ass, and if you want to continue to see your favorite artist, you know how a lot of cats you like, oh, what happened to this one, or what happened to this one, and cats you grew up on. What happened is you wasn't supporting them no more, so they had to go get jobs and or figure out plan B, whatever they may be doing to get that bag in order to get feed their families. So if you don't support the artists you love, man, don't ask where they are when they're gone. That's all I'm saying.
That leads me into a question because I saw something online, different music genre, but Tiana Taylor's talking about she's retiring because she doesn't feel appreciated for her talent and her art. What are your feelings on artists who feel like they're not appreciated and possibly leaving the game? What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, if she's saying that, it's for a reason. I can only respect it because I'm an artist myself and I know the journey. And sometimes they sign. I don't know her particular situation, but sometimes you sign with these record companies for these 360 deals, and it seemed like they making more money. They always try to make it. The only reason why they came out with the streaming is so they could get back in position. I'm gonna tell you why. Because see, innovators like I'll bring Riz into the conversation. He started early on years ago when he started getting label deals and not just being an artist no more. Where he's starting to get do 50-50 splits and all that. So the artists started getting hip to that. The Jay-Z's, again, Jay-Z, another one came in the game owning his stuff, and they weren't coming in as artists. You were signing Wu-Tang Records, you were signing Rockefeller. Jay-Z was signed to his own label. RZA put out his cast to his own label. He signed to his own production companies, and we started making a lot of money. It was good for hip hop. Then the streaming came out, and it was like, nah, we got to get back. So how we gonna do this? We're gonna put out something that they're gonna be forced to use if they want their music to be out there, but we're gonna give them fractions of a penny and rip them off. So now artists are getting like they trying to even the score basically. You understand what I'm saying? So as far as what she's saying, I don't know her particular situation, but if she feels like that, then that's how she feels, man. You gotta respect it. I mean, I feel like I'm underrated. All my fans tell me I'm the most underrated cat in the game. I don't think dudes got the chance to really listen to what I'm spitting at this point. But hopefully this one, is going to be the one. That's that cat's going to really recognize, open their ears up. Like, whoa, this guy means business for real.
And you got some awesome features on that new joint too, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. The bros, got a lot of the bros. A lot of the bros came through for me, man. It was beautiful. Shout out to Meth, the big bro, to Cal. Did a banger with me in which I produced. It's produced by me. Got that on the album. That one's called I Am Legend.
That's hard. Tell us about that. Did you get a chance to get in the studio with Meth?
I was just at the Meth lab. Meth is doing too much, man. He's getting him in the studio.
Yeah, the Power, the new season of Power is on tonight.
He did this for me in the process of the Power because he was on set. He hit me up. We talking with Building on the phone, and he back and forth, and he's like, "Yo," and he got it in for me, and he came through at a decent time. He took quicker than some cats that ain't working a fraction of what he's working for me. He came through, but see, that was the thing that he told me years ago when we were at some kind of industry party or after party years ago. This is like '98, probably after the Dirty Weaponry. He was like, "Yo." We was at the bar. I remember it clearly like it was yesterday. He said, "Yo, you nasty, bro. We got to do something together." And I held him to it. I didn't jump on him right away, but this was the one. And I said, I got to call this one in. And I did, and he came through and blessed me. So that's the history behind this particular song, man. It was something that wanted to do with me years ago. And it was bucket list shit for me. You know what I mean? Because first of all the bros. Yeah, it's Mav. It's Wu Brother number one. But you know what the thing is? My respect for him is on a different level. What happened, bro?
Are y'all gonna play that one? Cause you done got me hyped now. Like I'm feeling like, okay, y'all gonna play that?
Oh no, that's on the album. I can't get that.
You gotta pop the album. It's coming out Christmas Day.
Come on, that
Christmas
wouldn't be good business, bro. I would be a sour businessman if I gave that to the world right now just to hear, and they gonna got the album. That's my firepower right there, bro.
Hey, I got some checks though. Hey, I got some exclusive though. I got some exclusive Dom that was sent though.
Yeah.
Okay. See, the people need to know when that's coming out. See, that's the plug. They need to know when that's coming out because I'm over here getting goosebumps.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's coming out on Christmas Day.
Tell them.
Christmas Day, 12/25/20. We dropping the album. That's gonna be my gift to the world, man. You know.
Tell them what platform, brother.
It's gonna be available on Tidal, iTunes, or Apple Music now, whatever you call it. They can catch it on Pandora, on my station. I mean, everywhere. Amazon Music. I mean, I don't know. I can't go through all the digital outlets, but I mean, those are the Amazon, Apple Music, all of that. And you could go get the physicals. I got, man, probably less than 50 copies of hard copies of you cats like the old, you take it back to the nostalgia and like CDs. You got a big collection. I got only a few copies left on donpachino.bandcamp.com. That's where you can go cop that. I got, all kinds of music, all my music's on there. I got donpachino.bandcamp.com and napalmmusic.bandcamp.com. Y'all can get hoodies, all my merch and stuff's on there. I got joints with, my brother Bugsy the Guard. Me and Shaheen got a collaboration project. You can cop all the merch on there also. The Bandcamps is where to go, man, because that's direct to my company, you know what I mean? But if you want digital, if y'all on the digital and y'all want to download it, you go to the Apple Music, Amazon, and all of that. You know what I mean?
And your company is Napalm, right?
Napalm Recordings. Some cats post to Napalm Records. It's Napalm Recordings. Napalm Records is some other cats. They're a rock company or something like that. I'm Napalm Recordings.
Okay. Yeah. That's what's up.
Oh yeah, but yo, check out my Napalm Dom and subscribe to that, my YouTube channel. That's where I got something cooking too, man. I don't want to let the cat out the bag, but that's coming about Christmas Day also.
Well, you also got Napalm Films, correct?
Yeah, I got Napalm Films too. That's me directing all the videos you've been seeing from me. I directed, I shot and directed my cameras, my crew, my everything, my editing. I'm doing it really. I got my hands in everything, man. Yo,
you and Meth gonna shoot a video to that?
See, I just told y'all I don't want to let no cats out the bag.
I was feeling. I was like, hey, I would
have. You see, I tried to slide it in cool too.
I don't like it. I don't feel you for that. Like Rick Ross said, I don't feel you for that. Little bros is like my little man's. What he said, my little bros in them. Wait, don't let him. What he said? That shit is hilarious, man. Shout out to Rick Ross, man. He got some dope shit too, man.
Hey man, hey Don, man, you was on the Woo Forever album, bro. Back then.
Yeah. You caught me?
Yeah.
Some people didn't know it was me.
Yo, that's a classic joint right there.
Yeah, nah. It was funny, man. Yeah, I had a good time, man. I had a good time doing what my journey been good, man. It been beautiful, man. Wait until they get the movie and the book, man. The stories is crazy, man. Shout out to ODB, man, my big bro, man. Miss you.
Yeah, man. That's another thing. You got a chance to experience being around that brother a little bit, man. Tell me about some of that experience and some of the jewels I'm sure you caught from that brother.
Man, really, man. ODB's he's just a scientist, man. But he was just out here trying to enjoy life in the world, man. Every time I seen the bro, it's just about having fun and having a good time, man. I just had good times with him. You know what I mean? It was really that. You know what I mean? He'll get deep on you, but he'll really get deep on maybe strangers. He'll never really get deep really with amongst the brothers too much. At least not when it came to me.
Yeah, because. You strong with your mathematics too, bro. I mean to cut you off, but you strong with yours. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Your knowledge of self. When did you get involved with the 5, brother? When did you get involved?
Man, when I went on the run, man, my brother Supreme God Allah, he gave me math. Ninth was already doing his thing. He got the lessons from RZA, and when I was on the run, Ninth had told Supreme to give me some lessons. So I started, at that point. I was probably, I'd say like 16 at the time.
Word. Is that what helped change your brother and kind of mold him into something different? You know what I mean?
I mean that, and just life. You know what I mean? Finding out who you are is a big thing. You know, getting knowledge of who you are. You know, I think a lot of people get a lot of brothers get the whole you know, they get the lessons and they take them and it's get everything could be misconstrued, I guess, like the Bible, a lot of things, you know, the Quran, everything could be misconstrued, but a lot of cats want to go like, first of all, knowledge in something and mastering something is two different degrees. You feel me? True. You can know who you are. You can know who you are as a man, right? You can study these lessons and you can get the idea and understanding of who you are now. But cats think that you need to have your history mastered where, quote, this degree, God, and quote, this degree. That don't make you, because you might not be living out what I got from it. Everybody's an individual. We get different things from different messages. You might get a clearer understanding with one or two reads of those lessons. That's mathematics. You feel me? Whereas the next man studied it all day. He's too busy and caught up in quoting the line back when he gets in the cipher, and he ain't even living this out. He don't got an understanding of what he's studying. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I mean, where a lot of brothers get it. Yo, God, what you know, what's the knowledge culture degree? You know, yo, B. Yeah, I've been studying this since I was 16 years old. I don't go over it every day, B. That don't mean I didn't knowledge and I don't know. First of all, the bottom line is knowing that you are God, you are the original man, and your position on this earth right here in the universe, and your conjunction with it. That's it. Yeah. Get that understanding. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could go on with this, but you know, I don't want to get caught up in it. You know, I
appreciate you sprinkling them though. I appreciate the sprinkle.
Yeah, you feel where I'm going with it.
Word.
Yeah, man. Peace to the gods and earths worldwide. You know,
no doubt.
The universal seven.
I had told you, man. I had that legendary one with Papa Wu, which is awesome, man. Appreciate that, brother.
Papa
you know what I'm saying?
The best, man. Everybody go check out my video dedication to him too. It's so hard on YouTube. Napalm Dom channel. I got a whole dedication to that, brother. And funny you talk about the God Freedom, because I forgot where we were, man.
Freedom Allah.
He would go all over the world, like travel with us. You know, he'd be on tour with Killer Army, you know, and all that. So I forgot where we were. And he said we were coming out of somewhere. It's always coming out of a show or something. You know, we just rocked the mic. He pulled me over and said, "Yo, God, look at my eyes, God. Don't ever let nobody tell you ain't God, Don P. I see God in you, God." You know, like, but he get real adamant, you know, Freedom, like, he, you know what I mean?
Yo, bro, the passionate. Papa spoke from his soul. It felt like, you know what I mean?
I miss the God, man. I was just with him. I spent an abundance of time with him before he passed, like literally like a few weeks before he passed, another month, and then another 3-4 months before. We like literally hung out and was like kicking it like numerous amount. Like I seen the God tremendously before he passed, like literally one-on-ones with him, hanging out, getting drinks, like everything with the God Freedom. You know what I mean?
And that you got to spend that time with him. You know what I mean?
I got that, but I didn't know that was gonna go there. Nobody knew, you know.
Nah.
I was shell shocked when I heard that, you know. But to at least had that opportunity, not knowingly that he was gonna pass, but had that opportunity to spend that much time with him. Because before that, like if you go back 3-4 years, I haven't seen him in like I didn't see him in like a 3-4 year period. But that year, the whole year prior, I spent like 4 or 5 occasions with him, just me and him kicking it, chilling, like.
Yo,
you know?
Papa would still go to the like the parks and build and put that stuff. Word, man, he used to, man.
All day.
Like, yo, I could go anywhere. I'm a universal God. I can, you know what I mean? Word.
Man, so powerful, brother. Such a powerful.
Yeah. And shout out to the homie Nabi. So I know you know the homie Nabi as well.
Nabi, who? No, Nabi. Now you know.
Oh, that was That was one of Papa's partners.
You know okay. I probably met the God along the journey.
Word.
But, yeah.
No doubt. So, man, get back to the relevant of now. And how long did it take for you to put that new project together?
About 6 months. I had maybe I dropped my last project, Soldiers Need Love 2, and I already had like 1 or 2 joints for the T4. So but the bulk of it came within the last 3 months. Like I just kept working. I did 28 songs for this album. 28 songs, right? And then I narrowed it down to 18 tracks and a skit.
That's still a lot, especially how cats are putting out these little they putting little
EPs out right now. No, I don't usually like to give them that much, to be honest, because 9-10 is an album, and you can. They say publishing wise, you only get paid for that anyway after you exceed that. So, my thing is this. I this is part of my series. So the first album I ever dropped on my company in 2002 was Terror Is Him, right? Then I dropped Terror Is Him 2, Terror Is Him 3, actually earlier this year, and this is the fourth and the last one of the series. This is T4, which stands for Terror Is Him. And I just wanted to go out with a bang, you know? All the stars were in line for me. Everything came through, like, you know, Meth came through with this. Everything just started coming through, you know, and it just aligned. And I said, let me give them, and let me put my foot in it real quick and go out with a bang with this one, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I did. But yeah, I usually don't want to saturate with all that because a lot of these cats don't appreciate that much, you know? So
that's real.
You got short attention spans. But I think this one is like from tippy top to bottom, you ain't gonna want to skip nothing. And it's like it's not a bunch of extras, just I put them on there because you know how hard it was to take stuff off? Everything was dope. The whole 29 songs was dope. But you know, some of them kind of felt like they could have been another vibe. I just wanted to give them the real hardcore on this album. I don't got no love songs on here, none of that. This is straight terrorism, you know? That's
straight bangers.
Bangers.
Word. Hey man, did the vocals get different?
Yes, they did.
Okay, because I hear you still crispy. Dom, your vocal got different.
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not doing no changes on my end. You see me, my hands are here, so.
Okay.
I can't call it, brother. And I got it set up nicely on the.
It's all good. Sir.
Let me ask you a question real fast.
Yeah, we good. Keep it rocking.
When it came to like it's a two-part question because you know these verses are starting to become a real big thing, and
yeah, these verses.
Yeah. So obviously, you know that Jeezy situation with Gucci Mane, that was great for the culture. I wanted to know how you felt about the versus situation in terms of artists, and if you had to do a versus, who would you do it against?
Especially from y'all era. Word.
Wow.
Now.
Word. I would leave that to the fans to actually. Like, I don't know. I'm not going to just come randomly call somebody out because I don't personally got no gripes with anybody. Or, like, you know, I don't know who dudes would match me. I would love to hear. Why don't people leave some comments and see who they like to see Mr. Terror go neck to neck with? Because, I mean, you know, that's not even something I can answer. I mean, I'll tell you one thing. I watched one of the verses with Scott Storch against, help me out. For Cash Money.
Manny Fresh.
I didn't like the way Manny Fresh did him. You know what I mean? He did a little blow when he put the little skit talking about his coke habit and all that. I didn't appreciate that. I was like, that wasn't really hip hop to me, man. That was a little, you know.
Not a one in, huh?
And you can see it in Scott's face where he was like, oh, why are you doing me like that? Like, Scott, you know what it was? Scott had too much hits for him. He couldn't do nothing. And you know, one love to Manny Fresh and what he did over there, bro. Come on, man. Scott smashed him, bro. I don't know if you see any other way.
You helped establish the Cash Money sound. That had a sound, that certain sound.
That's all he had that certain sound. Scott got this whole sound. He's doing
he has a resume.
For various artists.
Everybody and Lil Wayne. And he took his little artists and smashed them.
Word.
But yeah, I didn't like that. But yeah, the verses with the RZA and Primo joint, that was dope.
Yeah, that was hard.
That was dope. That was like he was stuck against the wall with that because they both had the hits. But RZA's audio was a little. Primo had the upper hand on the audio. And shit was hooked up in the studio and sounded chunky. And nobody was telling RZA his shit was sounding whack. Like the audio was garbage. I was like, yeah, but it was still good for the culture because everyone knows the hits, you know? But yeah, I can't answer that question, Biz. I can't answer it, bro, because I don't know.
Yeah. And I, sometimes I try to pick the brain of artists who had an influence because the backstories, now we start to see the backstories on, what's Angie Martinez and these different VH1 specials and things of that nature. But yours hasn't come out yet, so it's kind of like I want to ask the question beforehand because it's like you think of those.
I want all the smoke, man. I want all the smoke. Ask me whatever you want, but that particular question is like I'll be spending 5 minutes here trying to ponder who would I put me against anybody, man. Literally. The only thing is like these cats, is it gonna be just based off of tracks and lyrics, or is it gonna be based on of you familiar? See when dudes have the edges of they had all the marketing money and everyone knows it. You're familiar with the hits, you danced them, you drunk your first shot of whiskey to that joint, so that's gonna have the upper hand. But if we just going based off of a clean listen, put me against anybody. I got about a 500 song catalog solo, not with Killer Army, solo. Put me against anybody because I got hits for days. I'm covering all kinds of everything. I got love stuff, relationships, hardcore, grittiest, grimy. I got stories. You know what I mean? I come from listening to the Claw for Slick Rick. I got some dope ass stories. Check out Lots of Dough. Actually, that's gonna be my film. I'm gonna start going into production with soon. We were held up due to this Corona shit, got everything messed up, but the film's coming. To all my people, I didn't forget. We working on that. That's like my priority right after this. Trying to get in this production going, man. If they allow us to hit these streets the right way. But
I know that's really put a hurt on you with the Corona, not being able to move around, especially y'all brothers being international and being able to get that overseas bread. You know what I mean?
Man, it's been a blessing, man. Like, you know how they say it's a gift and a curse? I mean, it's been a blessing, man. Even this Corona stuff, man, I've been blessed, man. I've been blessed, man. Things been beautiful this whole throughout this whole Corona, man. Things have been okay for Napalm, man. You know what I'm saying?
How you been staying relevant, bro? I don't want to say give away some of your formula, but you know what I mean? Is it a lot of the virtual situation that's been helping things out? The internet,
I feel like, see, you could look at it one or two different ways. I think when people are forced to stay home, there's only 1, 2, 3 things you could do. Eat, fuck, and entertainment. Think about it. What you doing stuck in your house with Corona? You looking to eat, fuck, and entertainment, whether it be music or going on Netflix or streaming service, Hulu, whatever you got. That's what you're doing. So that leads me. That's the segue to telling you things been okay over here at Napalm, because people are fucking with my militant brand, man. I've been building up, and more cats is like, yo, this dude's nasty. When you see what I work with, you see what I do, everything you see from the artwork to the audio, I mix, I range, I recorded in my studio, everything. I completely oversee the whole project. You're seeing my complete mind at its finest when you look at when you listen to that album, you pick that album up. The artwork, I did it. I got the photos. It's all me in my studio. Everything is done by me. That paint you see on my face, I painted it on my own face. That's Taino war paint. That's my indigenous war paint from Puerto Rico, bro. You know what I mean? On my face, painted with my own hands.
Well, because you are the PR terrorist as well. Word.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Word.
Yo, man, it's a lot, man. It's a lot to it, man. So, like I said, I'm just trying to really get my art across to the people, and I hope they appreciate it. Because I was telling dudes at the studio the other day, I was building with some of the bros and down at the meth lab.
Y'all hear that audio, don't you?
Huh?
Nothing. Go ahead. Keep going, brother.
You good, though.
I was like that when I started doing this music, I didn't know what a fan was. Like, I was just rapping from the street corner from what we were doing in our little ciphers, trying to be the best, banging on lunchroom tables in school as a kid, and then hitting the corner after school and battling kids who thought they had the best raps for any neighborhood. I didn't know I was going to galvanize the fan base around the world. I mean, I got fans in every country you can name. Belgium, Sweden, UK, Germany, Russia, everywhere. I'm out in Hiroshima, man. I got sales in Hiroshima, bro. Like, so what I'm saying is I make this music for me first.
Hey, Don, real quick, I don't mean to cut you off, but I saw you was in Montreal. Did you record a little piece over there?
Oh, yeah, I got some stuff over there.
Word. Go ahead, Don.
Shout out to Montreal, man. Shout out to the whole Canada, man. They started out. I did a nice little tour over there, man, and I shot some videos. And I worked with some cats out there. And they respect. Yeah, Canada's dope, man.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So basically, what I'm saying is like I do music for me first, man, and then the fans, if they end up loving it, so that's how I started out, and that's what I continue to do. I'm gonna do it for me first, and then if y'all happen to love it, it's of course it's for you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yo, so having that traditional woo sound, right, and then having that transcend into today's relevance. How did you mess with that of the sound? Because you see how the damn sound, even artists are mad different of today. You know what I mean? How'd you keep it moving in your way and still keep that true Dom element, but be relevant to today like that?
I don't even know, bro. You just got to grow with the times. You keep yourself around. You got little young cousins and young cats that's, crew of nephews and crew, and they got the young slang, and you just keep what's going on, bro. You keep yourself around.
I call them my young gunners. So keeping your young gunners around.
Yeah, they keep you, they got the new slang. They be like, yo, what's lit, maybe come out with something. At first it was just, yo, what's Gucci? And they got that, when you just stay, that's all it is, because hip hop is a slang. We slang slingers, you know what I mean? So whatever's, sound dope, we throw it in there, mix it up with some verbs, you know what I mean? And that's what it is. But nah, man, you gotta just keep your ear to the streets, man, really. And I mean, I'm still in tune, man. I still go to the chicken spot in the hood, right in the projects, you know what I mean? I still, I'm still moving and shaking and baking, man. I'm still around everything, I'm not up in the Hollywood Hills, bro. I'm in the Grange still.
So you still right there in Staten Island, though?
I'm not Shaolin. I'm in Shaolin, but I got, I got little hideaways and everything like that.
No doubt. Hey, do they still have the mural? The Can It All Be So Simple mural? They still got the mural?
They did it over. Now it's they did it. Gator Grills. He did another mural right there.
I had Gator on the show. Oh, yeah. I've had him on the show. Blessings to that brother. Go ahead,
out to Gator Grills. Salute. Yeah, that's
no doubt. No doubt. He did. Go ahead.
Nah, he did it over. He did a fresh one for they did the Wu-Tang naming of the street, Wu-Tang Clan District.
Yes.
And when they did that, he did a fresh mural, for the joint. You feel me?
Word. Yeah. And he did the graphics to the last Wu, the new Wu album, the last one as well.
Yeah. I'm not familiar. I'm not sure about that, but he told you that's what it is.
Oh yeah. We talked about he was on the show.
On the show though, Shizzle, didn't you?
Yeah. Had him on the show too. Word.
That's what it is. That's peace.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So the mural's still up, man. I would love to come and check, man. That's a classic. That's a classic.
Where you at? Where you at right now?
We in Florida. I'm in Sarasota, Florida. The show is actually in Tampa. It's in Tampa, Florida.
Oh yeah, well that's my family, man. My family's out there. My sister, my mom, you know what I mean? My nieces and nephews, everybody's out in Tampa, man. Love y'all guys, man. If y'all tuning in, man. Peace to the whole fam. Yeah, everybody out there, man. We tamp it up out there.
So remember I had told you I had met Shy. Shy had came down here to Sarasota. So did Kappa. Capadonna came down too. Well, I got a chance to share a tree with Kappa, let's say. Word. That was cool. I had met them.
Cap, I was just with Cap, at the studio not too long ago, man. Shout out to Capadonna, Poppy Wardrobe King.
No doubt. And his manager, Cal Dawson, I'm cool with Cal. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Just had Cal on recently as well. So, word.
That's what it is. Peace to them brothers.
Yeah. Peace. So, man, you keeping it moving. You know what I mean? Once you let them know one more time about that new album that's dropping December 25th and where they can check that out.
Yeah, well, listen, man, T4 at your front door is coming to you on Christmas Day, 12/25/20, featuring Method Man, Shaheem, Shabam Sadiq, Jojo Pellegrino, Recognize Ali, Trife Diesel, Bugsy the God, and Tommy Whispers. All my bros are spitting fire. There's not one garbage spitter on my album. We all spitters and we all hitters, and we coming for y'all on Christmas Day. That's gonna be my gift to you. Napalm Recordings. Go check out my YouTube. Subscribe. Everybody go subscribe because I got a big video coming soon. Napalm Dom YouTube channel. And they can get all the music. All my music's available right now, man, on Apple Music. All my past albums, my discography, everything. But you can get it. The best way to get it is on donpachino.bandcamp.com and napalmmusic.bandcamp.com. Word up, man. The Shizzle Show. Thanks for having me, Dax. One love. Appreciate y'all brothers biz. Terrorist shit is a napalm world, baby. Stamp it on your neck. That's what's going on.
Word. Definitely appreciate having you, brother. Anything you got to say? Any shout outs? Any last words?
Just shout out everybody, man. The whole Wu-Tang, the whole Killer Army, all my fam, the whole Staten Island, Shaolin, the Grain, all the universal love for everybody across the globe, man. The nations of gods and earths, my family, and everybody who really rock with me, man. Go share the album cover. Go share everything I do right now. Just don't like it. Like it's cool, but go share everything, man. Go share it. And really go support, man, because like I said, we can't do this. I can't continue to do this without the support of y'all brothers, man. That's the truth.
No doubt. And y'all go check out that brother's visuals on YouTube as well, because you got a lot of videos. You got a lot of visuals. Let them know real quick, Dom, one more time on YouTube when they check you out.
Napalm Dom YouTube channel. Go subscribe. Just go. It ain't nothing. And hit the notification bell, too, because you can subscribe and not ever get notified if you don't hit that little notification bell. So hit the notification and go show. Like I got I don't know how many, man, 20, 30 videos on there. You're not going to stop. The entertainment's not going to stop. And we're doing a lot of stuff right now. You're going to be notified first when a new video drops and everything. And I got a big one coming soon. It's going to be gorgeous. Like I said, man.
And they crispy. The visuals is crispy, and you said you was doing a lot of that.
I'm doing all of that.
That hard, but them shits is crispy.
I'm not playing right now. And if people need some film work too, man, go holler at me. You know how to get me. Get me on the go follow me on the gram, Real Don Pachino. Go follow me on the book, Don Pachino. What else? Twitter, Real Don Pachino. Just follow me on social medias. Everybody go check me out, man. Follow me, show some love. But yeah, if you need video work, Napalm Films, my company, we do that, man. You see the same quality that I'm dealing with, I'll hook y'all up, man. We'll take care of you, straight up.
One last question, and I'll let you go, brother. Will there ever be another Killer Army collaboration?
Man, peanut butter and jelly. Always gonna have somebody come out here last minute with that bull.
You know what I mean? Look, Killer Army beat boot. You know what I'm saying, son?
He held it in.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I like to say never, man. You know, I'd like to say never, but you never know what the future holds. So I ain't gonna even say that. But it's very unlikely, man. I hate to disappoint brothers, but unless somebody smarten up and come out with a nice, beautiful bag to make everybody feel happy, it ain't gonna happen, man. Because, you know, I'm working too hard on building my brand right now to take steps backwards, man. When brothers, is a lot to it, man. It's not just about money. It's about the mind state and where dudes are, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here. I'm on this plane right here. And
I'm the energies and word.
I'm flying right now. I'm moving. You see me? Y'all people see the energy. I'm moving because I don't have to, you know, wait on nobody or tell them this or have an argument to get my vision across. I just fly. Wow. And it's looking fly. It's looking dope. I'm feeling good. My energy's right. Anybody who builds with me knows I get the job done. You summons me to do a job. It's done. It's clean. Everybody's happy. You know, I do good business. My bridges are not burnt. And I can't say that for everybody, man. So I'm leaving on that note. You feel me? I can only do what I can do as a man, man. I want to be judged at the end of the day by my character, not by the character of others. And that's it. Terrorist shit. Love y'all, man. Thanks for having me. Shizzle Show. Appreciate you, Dax. Appreciate the reach out, man. I'm here. I told you I'll come through for you. I got you.
Word. When we get things back circulating, we'll see if we can get you down here in Florida, brother.
Let's do something.
You say you got fam. You know what I mean? We love to have you in the station.
I definitely got me and my fam. We got a house out there. We good, man. Everybody's good, man. The family's
doing we got
good.
to rock when you come down, brother. For real. Yeah.
For sure. Sure. That's 100%, man.
No doubt. Appreciate you, homie.
Salute, man. Yo, terrorist shit.
No doubt. Peace,
family.
That was hard. Word. That was hard. Word. I like that. When we have good ones. See, when we're able to still create that certain energy virtually. You know, without us being actually at the station. That's what's up. Biz, what's up? Ride, come off of mute.
Yeah, it was a good show, brother.
Yeah, without a doubt, Don. Appreciate you, homie. Bro. Yeah, bro. Peace.
For sure. Whatever you need, man, just holler at me, all right?
No doubt. No doubt.
Just, yo, do me a favor. Blast that music and just promote, you know, whatever you guys do on that end.
I got you. I got you. You be in rotation, brother.
Peace to all y'all, man. Peace.
Peace and blessings.
One love. Be easy.
Peace.
Hey, man, that was a good interview, bro. That was you guys.
Hey, that's hard. I love that shit. Like, I feel good after it. So I know them shits be good. Word. Hey, we wooed out, too. With the gold rhymes on it. Yo, word. That's the stuff. That's good.
The shit had me so hype. I hopped on, man. I was playing some of his music in the background and shit like that while he was chopping it up with him.
We would have played it, but the musical sounds distorted in the back and shit when we play music virtually.
Yeah.
So that's why. But
the technical part of the junk, man, when you have more than one person talking or you got stuff going on, man, it fucks everything up. And with RZA, what he was going through during his first battle was he was running an iRig through his shit, and certain iRigs only work certain ways, so like it doesn't spit it back.
Okay, give us some of that real technicality shit.
Yes, it's technical shit. It fucks it all up because of the way it's built. It centers on whoever's talking so that it's not noise all in the background and mess everything up. But man, to hear the knowledge coming from somebody that's lived it, man, is dope. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Word. Hey, y'all. So for my Shizzle Show world, all my viewers, listeners, everybody, y'all hear a bunch of the mixes all the time. You know, when we go to take breaks and, you know, y'all hear the mixes. This is my brother right here, Gator Fly Ride. This is my man who blesses y'all with them awesome sounds, them awesome mixes that cater to the artist that he gets it in on, man. And y'all see the mixes is like 20, 30 minutes. So he digs deep into various different artists' catalog to come up with the marvelous tracks that bring forth on the Shizzle Show. You know what I'm saying? So y'all never get to see my brother. And he's been rocking with me for years. I never get to see him. So this is Ride. Hey, what's up to the Shizzle Show world, my brother?
Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. I just love dope music, man. This is how it bumps. You know, me and Dax go way back, like socks on a microphone. Man, we go way, way, way back, man.
That's my brother right there. You don't see him.
And we always music is one of the things we first connected because we're both woo heads from the jump. Word. You know what I mean? And being down south in Florida, being a woo head, like woo was big. Don't get me wrong. Everybody knew him, but it wasn't the same. You know, there was so much other sounds going on that, you know, people were more likely to be bumping Master P than they were to be bumping Ray. You know what I mean?
Well, so, like down here, true.
Because we're in the South. That's just how it is. And it's not fully like that. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying everybody was like that, but we connected on that. And I'm a huge hip-hop is the soundtrack to my life. It's what I love. I love music in general, but hip-hop, that's what I love. I'm a historian. I love the stories. And I research, you know, I got some great books, man, some great books with people that you've already interviewed with and people you know, Miss Wendy Day, man, she's a legendary.
Shout out her and Tony Guidry, you know what I mean?
You don't really realize some of the people that you know that you've chopped it up with that have a big part of hip hop. So for me, being such a big fan and you know, just loving to do it and being a DJ since that's the first memory I can remember, dog.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. And Go ahead, Biz.
I was just gonna say, man, I saw Run DMC with Aerosmith. You know what I mean? Growing up as a kid, it was hard necessarily. I didn't get it like that was that first Run DMC Aerosmith and.
You see how you say that? Run DMC Aerosmith. I got UTFO and the Fat Boys.
Yeah.
So our hip hopness.
Yeah. And the first time I saw that video, and I saw Jam Master Jay, I swear to God,
you know
that was the first time I knew I wanted to be a DJ. I wanted to do that, and I wasn't going to stop at nothing, man. I bought my first turntable when I was like 15, first job, man. I got robbed, bro. I paid like $400 for a shitty belt-driven table. It didn't have no needle. The mixer was battered. The only reason I bought that motherfucker is because it had Wu-Tang slip mats on it. I saw them slip mats, bro. I had to buy that shit. I didn't give a fuck. It was done. I didn't know what I needed.
Y'all. Rye comes from vinyl. Rye can chop it up on vinyl. So the stuff that y'all are hearing, you're doing that on vinyl, or you.
No. I don't use vinyl anymore. I can't.
From that. Rye, I remember when you used to practice with the records, bro, with real vinyl. You feel me? So use a real DJ.
The roots that I got are real vinyl. That's what I started on. That's how I went from belt driven, which people don't know, technique. It's done by magnets, so it's called direct shot.
The 1200s.
There's no belts. So with belt driven, what happens is the belts wear out so long, so then the record doesn't stay constant with the speed every now and then. It'll be go slower and then back. So the belt driven.
But that'll change the BPMs.
Huh?
Yes.
That changes the BPMs, huh?
Yeah, well, it changes the tempo. So it does change the BPM. It also changes the pitch. But
go ahead,
the knowledge that you learn from that is the same base. I took that old school knowledge. I use new mediums, digitally MP3 plus. Records are heavy as fuck. I would love to have a room full of records. You wouldn't be surprised how it smells. Some people would think it's stinky. It feels very comforting to me, like when I smell that, because them old record and vinyl, and some of the old school guys,
vinyl.
Jimmy O, Sandman, they'll tell you a room full of vinyl, it's got a smell to it. Especially if people used to smoke in that bitch, bro. It smells a little bit like the club, but that's part of the vibe. You know what I mean? It's got that vibe to it.
That's some real DJ shit right there you giving us. Go ahead, bro.
That's old head shit. But I bring that with the music. When I do the mixes, man, I go in with everything's got to make sense. You know what I mean? I try to bring not just the music, because a lot of DJs now, they're putting down mixes that are dope. They're doing their thing. My thing right here, because of how I am, I gotta be me. So because I'm such a history buff, I bring that knowledge to it. So when I do a mix, I'm trying to bring some of their most popular songs. I'm trying to bring my favorite songs, and then I cut it in a little snippet so that I got an hour-long show, and I got my show. It's called Throwback Fanatic. We on about 10 different stations around the country.
Throwback Fanatics. They've heard it. They heard the tag.
I'll sneak it in there.
They hear the tag, bro. Go ahead.
But with that, I wanted to be able to have different stuff. And the show's all about the birthdays. Y'all can check me out on my Instagram or on my Facebook, DJ Gator Ryan, Instagram, Gator.Ryan. Every day, I post on this day in hip-hop history. Of course, where and when you can find the shows, the mixes. I'm on Mixcloud, SoundCloud, all that shit. But I try to bring that, so I'm reminding you. Now, with that,
go ahead, Bruce.
A lot of people.
I'm gonna be right back because I got something to say about the South and how New York really influenced the South and how the game changed when Andre said the South got something to say. So
we got time. Go ahead. We tell him.
No, I'm gonna let him finish. Part of the reason I'm gonna let him finish because I gotta go to the bathroom real fast. I'm gonna come back. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Right, finish chopping it up with us.
Yeah, I'm coming right back because he.
And when you come back, don't get me wrong. Just because I'm a Wu fan doesn't mean that Outkast is in my top.
I feel you. But it started in the North, and the South had to study the West and the East before the South got respect. But I'm gonna speak on that in a minute.
I got some knowledge too. You know what? I roll. I roll with some ATL stuff. I got some knowledge on that too.
Because when Andre 3 said what he said at the Source Awards, the same time when that Suge Knight shit went down, that same evening, the South really did have something to say. You know what I'm saying? Because Outkast, Andre 3000, and Big Boy, they did their thing, bro.
Hey man. The South has had something to say. They just were looking down
upon. They've been awesome
because of where it was from. Also, at that moment in time, a lot of the music that was coming from the South, from ATL, from down Florida, it was party music. And at that moment in time, in particular, you had Big, you had the West Coast, East Coast Pac, Death Row, Bad Boy thing going on. Nobody wanted to talk about party music anymore. So when they look at like bass music. And for real, bass music, that was some of the first shit. You look at Uncle Luke.
Yeah, they call it booty shaking music, but that's what we talking about. You right, bro. That's how it all started in the South, really. You know what I mean?
It was looked down upon. And here's the thing about that. And 69 Boys will tell you about that as well. You know, when the South was looked down upon, and you had some of the bass artists that were coming out, bass artists couldn't get a deal. Bass artists couldn't get record play or radio play on the radio because it was looked down upon because it was like party music, right? But what happened was a big burst for that was you remember back in I know you're from New York, so I know you know music, what is it, Music Box TV, or where you would call in?
Yeah, with Ralph McDaniel's joint.
Yeah, there were moments, and that's how some of the bass music people had gotten signed, because all of a sudden they had this sound that kept getting requested, and people would pay to play. And there were times where those songs from bass artists were the number one song that was there, because that was the only place people could hear it, unless you were a DJ and you had the record and stuff like that. Hey, man, I hope I didn't touch on something. I'm from the South. Don't get me wrong, I love the South now.
Now, I know you do, but see, the thing is, since I'm from Florida, because I grew up in an era where it's almost like, you know, I grew up on and he spoke on it, you know, the Two Live Crews, the JT Monies, all those
JT Money helped transcend. Shout out to my brother JT too. He helped transcend some things. Go ahead.
Right, and the thing about it was, it really reminds me of like the Negro Leagues before somebody got a chance to go major, because you had a lot of people before Jackie Robinson who had a lot of talent but didn't get the opportunity to be in the league. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like that's how the South was before Outkast really transcended the game, because you had a lot of people doing a lot of different things, and it wasn't like anything else. It wasn't like something you heard from the West. It wasn't like something you heard from Texas. It wasn't like something you heard from New York. And everybody respects what they were doing, but it seems like the South, because, you know, you got it out the mud, you know, it came from the bottom. You know, Drake made the song, you know, started from the bottom, now we here, but literally the people in the South, even if you went to like the Civil War and stuff like that, the people from North came to the South because they wanted to, you know, kind of just get away from things. But the South is hard, it's gritty, it's, you know, where the blues is born.
A lot of Northerners, when their heritage, they go back to trace their lineage, they descend from the South. You know what I'm saying? They was getting away from that slavery and all that shit that was popping off down here. You
and it's funny because I think that has a lot to do with the mentality. Because the people who had the means and the resources to escape these situations, they left. They went north. They went west. And it's kind of like they looked back at the South like, hell, I'll never go back there. And you almost see some traits of that with the music, ironically, because it's kind of like that poor cousin who, you know, isn't really connected to the community, but everybody else is kind of in a better position. And we felt that musically in the South.
There might have been that stigma, biz. Now, shit, the South is popping.
Now.
Before it popped off, though, you know, you could see that with one of the first big MCs to come out of ATL, and he didn't really go anywhere, but he was an ATL legend, Kilo Ali. Man, Kilo Ali was one of the guys that he inspired Goody Mob, he inspired Outkast, and he had the hits that was going on in Atlanta, but you couldn't hear him nowhere else. And I think a lot, and we face this coming from the South as well too. Not as much as, you know, I think at that moment in time, certainly with ATL, is anybody from a big city. They from New York, they from, you know, LA, California, the West Coast. You know, you look at Chicago. When they come down south, they automatically think country, you know, because there is a lot of country down here. So when they look at somebody from down south, or they looked at that music scene from down south, they thought it was all nothing but country motherfuckers doing country ass shit. You know what I mean? But back in the day, let's not get it twisted, Freaknik was here. You know what I mean? So
hell yeah, the classic,
for real popping.
Black Beach in Daytona. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
And so you had that part, and it goes back for me. It goes back to, I feel like, you know, a lot of the Southern style stuff was looked down upon in the beginning because it had that party vibe. And it wasn't so hard, especially in the 90s era. You know what I mean? In that 90s era, you had to either be, you know, hard from the East, or Hard from the West and Sea Walking. You know what I mean? Anybody in between, they like people weren't really, unless you were already established.
You couldn't forget the Jermaine Dupri's and, you know what I mean, certain establishments they had popping off.
Legend.
You know what I mean?
Jermaine Dupri, by the way.
Like, okay, Will Smith, now I wanted to say this because it's kind of like, there's a double standard there. Will Smith, first rap artist to win a Grammy. He came from Philly, but he wasn't hard. So between that time frame and like 1990, 91, there was this era of, it was a transitional shift. Now, the South wasn't getting heard. That may have had to do more with just major markets in terms of being recognized as a major outlet. I won't put it all on people just ignoring the talent. It may have been a marketing syndication type situation. Back then, it wasn't the same. But I think once things changed to gangster rap, they kind of locked in for like, I would say maybe 91 to like until Pac died. And it was like all of that art until Outkast from the South kind of got ignored.
Not the Ghetto Boys, though.
Now, the thing about the Ghetto Boys,
UGK, there's still some hard street shit from back then. Go ahead.
Unless you're a hip hop head, and UGK, I think they got
like mainstream.
Yeah, they got their credits a little bit later than they actually should have because they got it. They got it from the dirt.
It was East and West for a nice period of time.
Hey, you had 8-Ball and MJG coming through too, and I mean, Coming Out Hard was one of the greatest hip hop albums that ever dropped. That bitch was hard.
But like Bo was saying, it's more of underground shit, more street shit.
Underground
shit. And why it was like that? It was more of street shit, and then you got the commercial shit. Go ahead though.
And the thing about it is, it's ironic that term bottom or underground really, like, New York takes advantage of it by the mixtape, but like in the South we have to live that out, and we don't get the same type of props for living that out. Like a mixtape drops in New York, they leak it, it's on, K-Slay, it's all over the place, and then they say, it's underground or
it's hard. Go ahead.
Yeah, but in the South, it's almost like you until P.
Y'all didn't really have that. Y'all didn't have Southern mixtapes. There was none. No.
Now there weren't a lot.
It was for the Southern movement, the artist movement, and what they had established that put them on. Go ahead.
Now in Texas they had it going
like a loop or some shit like that. But we talking about other than that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It was almost like underground.
You're gonna say something too, Rod? You down at the bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you look from the South, the big guy that was big in the South, at least in Atlanta, you got to go with DJ Jelly, man. DJ Jelly was one of his mixtapes were everywhere. If you don't get a chance to, I highly recommend looking up DJ Jelly, his mixtapes.
Yeah.
And then you had from. Because I look at it as the South, but I do look at it as differently because
you think back to like the DJ Toop days and back then.
Yeah, you had Toop, you had Drama, because you remember Drama was actually from ATL as well too. And he met with Toop.
Drama got on with the mixtapes. Now they did have mixtapes because Drama. I'm sorry, that's right, Drama.
But that was when I'm talking mixtapes. And when I think Herb is talking mixtape as well too. In the 90s, in the 80s, those big metropolitan areas had mixtapes that were selling. DJ Clue, Kid Capri. He's from the early 90s. You know what I mean?
Doo-wop tapes, all in joints.
Love Bug Starsky. If you get a chance to check anything out too, man, make sure you check out Love Bug Starsky. That live performance of him.
Yes,
he was
it did pop. Drama is what helped pop off fucking mixtapes in like Atlanta and all that. It was Drama that helped that.
So I got something to say with
the
Drama.
Mixtape tip on a bigger scale, because they had them in the street back when you talking about the DJs. You was talking about like Toop and your boy before that, Jelly Roll, Jelly, and all them.
DJ Jelly, yeah.
Yeah, not Jelly Roll. Excuse me, Jelly. Yeah.
So and I gotta say this because for me as a DJ, when I look back. When I look at the change of how a DJ does a mixtape, now when I do a mix, you hear a mixtape, it's two parts, right? I'm actually blending the music together myself. I'm putting it together. But there's also a second part that's post-production where I make it crispy, I line the songs up. That way I can spend all the time making it perfect and make it the best possible product for you, right? And I don't sit down. When you hear these mixes, I don't even hide it. I don't lie from it. That's me mixing, but I'm not sitting down doing one straight mix. That's one 20-minute mix. That's it. No, I put some time into it, and it's afterwards. You saw post-production really kick off more when Drama started doing stuff. When he approached his mixtapes, they were like albums. They weren't a mix on a tape. When you look at what Doo-Wop was doing, when you look at what Kid Capri was doing, that was a mix, a live mix right then and there, and they were doing that. Drama came through with a different aspect. And now I'm a big fan of what they did. Change the game. It got a lot bigger. But
Ryan, drop that knowledge on them. That DJ.
I agree. Let me know when you finish because I want to co-sign what you said 104.
Go ahead, keep going, Ryan. Keep dropping them jewels. Go ahead.
As a purist, strictly as a purist, now I've moved past it. I don't want to say it was hate because it wasn't. I don't ever hate nobody for music. You're expressing yourself. But as a purist DJ, that shit had hurt my feelings when I would hear somebody that would talk about being a DJ. And we personally know a couple of motherfuckers, and I ain't going to say no names, that are DJs. Not anybody you rock with now. All the people you rock with now are solid 100. But we know some people from back in the day that they said they were DJs. They don't DJ. They don't DJ.
Motherfuckers just play music.
I got problems with that shit.
Word.
I got problems.
Play music.
Right. So you saw that with Drama. But here's how, for me, how Drama had changed it is, it wasn't just him playing songs necessarily. He was getting exclusive stuff. He was working on, there was a theme to it. It was an album. So for me, all that is that gets the pass. But there's a lot of DJs out there that'll just go grab their songs. They don't know how to DJ one lick. They throw it together, and now they're DJs. You know
now they're
DJs
and shit. Yeah, bro. Word.
I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet on that one because it's so much of that going on. If I really started to talk, I couldn't mute myself. Like,
fabrication. It's fabricated motherfuckers.
I can't speak on it because it's like the people who do the art, they do the study, they do the research. A person's going to ask you, freestyle. What does that mean? Like, what are we talking about? Like, if the person can't answer what that means, what are the categories? What's the differentiation? Are we talking about writtens? Or are we talking about off the dome? Like, are we talking about battle league? What are we talking about specifically? Some people just think if you make the crowd go, ooh, that means that you did something. And it's like there's different levels to that stuff. And there's definitely different levels to DJing. The people who are able to make a mix.
Hell yeah, there is.
Man, when they can change the energy in the room, it's like chemistry. And it's like an explosion with chemicals and elements that haven't been actually formed before you put all those things together.
And they understand that. They know how to read a crowd. Ryan does. He's a real one.
There's you brought up, hey man, Herb, you brought up a great point with how you have your different MCs that come from different ways. As a DJ, you're 100% correct. There's different DJs, different styles, different ways they go about it. Also, when I'm in a different setting, I'm going to perform a different way. If you catch me live when I'm out spinning at the club, look, man, I'm there to make money. I'm there to make my club owner money. So the stuff that I play is going to be different than some of the stuff you hear in my mixes. I'm going to approach it a different way as well, too. There's ups and downs.
You can't play a wedding like you do a bar mitzvah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I go, when you have a club night, I used to go in and hit it with all the bangers as hard as possible. And I had one of my club owners come up to me and say, hey, look, man, you got to help me out here. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, we're here to sell drinks, okay? So you can make people dance and do all that. But at some point, you're going to need to change it up so that either the people take a break or they go get a drink. I got to sell some drinks. If I don't sell no drinks, you don't get paid. And so it's a wave, man. I get people rocking. Then I slip something up, change it up just enough so that if you don't like this, you're going to go get a drink,
Hey, Ryan, I want to take them back real quick, for our 941ers out here, the people that listen, and for our demographic. There used to be a particular club that was here in our area that was called Club Heat.
Yeah, man.
And Ryan used to do this. Ryan used to super duper. You call it turn up back in the day at Club Heat. And one of my brother's influences, and I want to say R.I.P. to this legendary DJ, you know, in the Tampa Bay area. His name was DJ Trauma. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my man, I know my man Ryan, he got like a autograph record from him or something. I remember you got that record from Trauma, Ryan.
Yeah,
and I remember that was a big influence on you, and that was a big dude, a big time influence here in the Central Florida area was DJ Trauma. And this was back when Allie That Girl was on the radio too, and it was 98.7 FM. Now it's 94.1. But my man Rye used to get it in with them at a club called Club Heat here in the 941, and it was on and super popping.
Man, that club
media like that.
That club was so much fun.
I just want to talk about that. Go ahead,
So
Rye.
much fun. And the album you were talking about was the Heineken special. It was called the Heineken Red Star. And the song that everybody's going to know off of that was the DMX with Sean Paul. Here comes the boom. Here comes the boom.
Oh, that was thorough. That was thorough.
That was a compilation from that song was from that compilation. He gave me that compilation. A couple of funny stories. Trauma had, first of all, Allie That Girl. I had known her for a minute. I'd worked with her a couple other times long past before that. Good people.
And Allie came from Sarasota too, didn't she?
I'm not exactly I don't know where she's from, but they were good people, man. We always had fun, man. I will say this: the drinks were flowing, and there was one night I was messing around with her a little bit, and Allie don't play, man. She karate chopped me straight in the throat, bro. She was like, bah! Caught me right in the throat. I remember.
She was all little.
Because of that, she wanted to make up. She gave me a couple of tickets to the smoking tour, and that's the one when we had thrown you those tickets. You remember you and Chuck. That's how you got that, because she karate chopped me in the throat, bro.
Okay.
Wow.
It's true.
Time, bro. And we went to St. Pete at that Tropicana Field Stadium. It was the last damn show? No.
Last damn show. Yeah.
Was it Last Damn Show?
Yeah, they on like Last Damn Show 3000 now,
It was one of them. And I remember seeing Ludacris, and it was so hard. It was so hard.
So you talking about early 2000s?
Yeah, it was 2000.
Yeah.
And, you're looking at like 2003. We were there, and
Gotcha.
Drama I was a big fan of Drama, and I love Drama, and I got the chance. Allie had left, so I got the chance. And let me remind everybody, at this moment in time, your boy wasn't getting paid very much to do this, so I would reclaim some of my payment in booze. So by the time Allie had left, I was at a solid bottle deep of some Grey Goose. And I was getting it. I was having fun. And she gave me the mic because Trauma didn't really talk much. It was because he was working vinyl, man. So going back and forth doing that plus hosting he just would DJ. So she's like, here, you take this, you host it. And so I tried to do it like she did it, but I don't had too much to drink. By the end of the night, Trauma ripped that microphone away from me. He's like, man, I like the energy, but you need to shut the fuck up.
Wow. That's crazy.
That was one of those moments I learned. I was like, you know what? Energy can be one thing, but hosting a show, I got to come. I learned that I'm performing when I'm there, even though I'm cutting up and I'm having fun. I'm performing. So, I need to do my job. I got a job to do. And so that was a lesson that I had learned there. They were good people. I won't tell all the stories that I know about that place, bro. That place was crazy. We seen a lot of crazy stuff, man. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Don't need to get into any more about that, man. But it was fun because you could see me anywhere I went around because I was the loudest, craziest person there, man. I was getting it. I had fun. They had a couple stripper poles.
Great.
And I have one rule for a stripper pole, and you guys can tell me if you believe this or not. Okay, if there's a stripper pole, no dicks on the stripper pole. A dude is not supposed to get up on a stripper pole. So every time a dude would get on the stripper pole, I'd shut the music off and I'd be like, no dicks on the stripper pole. We did this so much. When a dude jumped on, I'd have 5 little bitches hopping up. Yo, Dick's on the stripper pole. Yo, Dick's on the stripper pole. That's how we kick him off.
Wow.
Gotta go.
Have a blast. A blast.
That's what's up.
A blast.
In more than one way.
I just, I had to. Every time I always thought getting you on a ride, I wanted to talk about that on air. We talked about it kind of lightly.
Right.
Of the get down.
There's some shit you don't talk about, bro. There's
Yeah,
some
we
shit you
talked
don't,
about
at
it
least
real
not on
life.
camera.
Yeah. So, but we had a great time. It was always super awesome, and yeah, it was a great time, man.
I gotta ask it.
What's that, Biz? Is that okay? So y'all went and worked on some of the movies. I saw that today. Y'all shooting like the second part to 2020, something like that, right? Right. Was you gonna say something real quick to cap off what we was talking about?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask both of you guys a question. Share a story, then ask a question, man.
Okay, because I saw, and then we'll get into the CD or DVD you just shared, Biz. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't want to throw y'all off, but being a history buff, being a music fan, being all of that, I had a particular song or album that was my shit, and me and Dax had bonded over this. The fucking Purple Tape, Raekwon's, built for Cuban links only. That shit was classic. That was a big part of my childhood growing up. That was my best album or my favorite album till AT Aliens. But I'm sticking with this one. All right. So I wore that album out so much. I had the tape. I had the real Purple Tape in my car so much that it was wearing down. It just played and then it flipped and then it played and then it flipped. So I played it so much that the first real girlfriend I ever had, we were out at a date. It was actually at the beach. Shit was super. It was kicking off. And she looked at me and she said, look, if you throw that fucking tape outside and in the trash, I'll have sex with you. And I was a virgin at this time. I had never had sex before. Never had sex. Guess what? I stayed a virgin.
Hell yeah!
Can't do it. Can't do it.
Purple Tape was worth too much. Look, the skins were not as important as the Purple Tape at the time.
It's true. So to you guys, my question is this. That is that's a part of me as a person. Do you have an album or a song that is you as a person, and why?
The Purple Tape, Redman's Red Tape. I had that one too.
You did have a red tape.
Red Tape.
There's the dark side.
The Red Tape, the Purple Tape, bro. It changed my life. The Purple Tape. I'm with you. The Purple Tape. But
Herb, how about you, Herb?
Only built for two. The 36 Chambers too. The Woo album. Let's just say the Woo album.
See, and see, I'm gonna isolate it. I have to isolate that question because I think of different periods that influenced my hip hop influence. Like you have, pre-teenage years, and then you have teenage years, and then you have, college years. So I'm gonna out of those three, I'm gonna choose. If I went pre-teenage years, KRS-One, Love's Gonna Get You.
That's a good one.
Yeah, what my life changed as a result of seeing that video, and then this is 87, 86, and the picture was so clear to me, and I'm a super jet, but I knew that stories were important because they could change people's lives from that song. So I knew from that moment forward, telling your story was important. Because if you didn't tell your story, people would know what you had been through. And that's pre-gangster rap. That's pre-NWA. That's pre all of that stuff. So I would say that particular track definitely changed my life when we start talking about teenage years, it's difficult because so much happened between those years. The Tupac, the Biggie situation was all in those teenage years. So that's very difficult to answer that time frame. I honestly probably couldn't answer that answer for the middle years because there was so much good music coming out. But I would say the one that probably struck me most around 9th grade was "Life's a Bitch and Then You Die." With Nas and AZ.
Right, because you never know when you're gonna go. Life's a bitch and you die. That's why you die. Yeah. I woke up early on my born day. I'm blessed to that's Nas's verse.
Lyrically, I mean, it was on par with Eric B. and Rakim, and I was like, whoa. Yeah. Like what I didn't, and the thing was they were teenagers when they made that. Yeah. When you do the research, you're like, how are you talking about dying and you still a teen? I don't live that. I don't live in that environment. I don't. But here again, those stories, it influenced me as a person because it made me think of you only have certain moments to make certain things happen, and those moments don't come back.
Yeah.
And it changed things.
And I think that's a great point you put. And Nas
no doubt,
is one of the greatest at it. A storyteller will make you see their life like it's your own. You know what I mean? And Nas is one of the greatest at that. You didn't have to be from Queens, but when you heard a Nas album, especially his earlier shit,
it took you there.
You got that view. You know, for me, that Nas album, It Was Written, man, I loved It Was Written. I loved that album. And that was the first time I had heard Nas at that moment. I went back, of course, and then I heard his other stuff and didn't know that I heard his other stuff, but didn't know it was him at the time. But he fit in such a way that, and he got this, a lot of this was from Cool G Rap, had this talent, and an unknown, or not unknown, but somebody that a lot of people don't talk about. Cool G Rap could spit a verse about robbing somebody, and that shit was scary. Like, you would think like either you were with him or somebody was walking up on you. You know what I mean? Like, he spit it in such a way that it was like, oh. And Nas had that ability too, that you felt like you were getting searched by the cops when he was singing about that shit. You felt like you were dealing with some of the shit that he was dealing with, you know, when you heard that. Another cat that's like that as well too from the other side was when I heard some Too Short stuff. Like, you felt like you were a motherfucking pimp when you listened to Too Short a little bit because the way that he did it. And storytellers are the best at that. Outkast is another one that they did it, and you had brought up something that I just had to comment on. For me, the best MCs when they spit they move me, right, first and foremost. But my very favorites are the one that I can go back 10 years after, and then I listen, and I really
still relevant.
They make that timeless music.
Yeah, and then you hear more. You hear shit that you didn't realize, and then you're like, oh, shit, they were talking about that. Like, it still keeps giving you and giving you and giving you just a little bit more. And those are my favorites. That is what I think is missing from music today. With these one-hit wonder cats, these people I love the fact that anybody can make music and be creative and make it. Nobody has to be a slave to a record company anymore. You can do that shit on your own. But the bad part about it is you got a lot of people that aren't getting developed. So you got somebody that might make a fluke or have just a little, and that's all you ever hear for 4 songs, and then you don't ever hear from the motherfucker again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
gotta be prepared. Gotta be prepared for success.
And grow. And you got to be able to grow. And as a storyteller, I think a lot of times now things have changed because it's not the words, it's not the story that the MC spits. MC now uses his voice more like an instrument, less of a story. And, you know, people got they styles, you know, and it's just not my style. I come from when I want to hear a story. But I know a lot of people that love the way how someone spits because their voice now becomes an instrument. You know what I mean? And I can respect it. You know, it's just
Drake does that. Drake does that a lot. Does it very well with the ladies had such an influence on things. I think ladies were forced to respect a real man based upon the stories they told, and there was more fact checking going on back in the day. Like you couldn't say something that you didn't live, and more artists wrote their actual music. Now, it's become industrialized where people have all these writers, and it's the machine is manufacturing a product that sounds familiar enough to bob your head.
That's right.
Huh?
What's this? You was like, boom,
That's
boom.
money. Money got into that shit. Once
Yeah.
money came in, it didn't matter. It didn't matter if you wrote, because back in the day when it started, you had to be able to spit because that's what you had to be able to spit.
It was a standard. Standard. Yeah.
Now money comes and people would lower their standards because shit, I'm getting paid. I ain't got to do this shit. I don't have to be that good. I don't have to work at this because people like it enough to buy it. And I ain't mad at nobody for getting paid. If I could get somebody to get me paid to do that shit, I promise you I'd be doing the same exact shit. I'm just not good at it.
Facts. Authentic. You got to be authentic. That's why I am. You got to be authentic. I cannot be a fan of what you do or what you represent if you're not authentic. If you're not authentic, you're going to change and you're going to switch up eventually. I'd rather not get invested and involved with you and intertwine you into my formula, because the formula is going to change, and when things dissipate, it's going to be uglier because it wasn't for the right reasons. It was for the wrong reasons. It was unpure, unessential, uninvolved opportunists. I just can't do it. And people don't necessarily value that enough nowadays, because they could save themselves a certain amount of heartache by just not getting their heart involved in a process that's not going to serve what you're about. If you're not about that, don't try to live with that and coexist with that, because eventually it's going to irritate your spirit or agitate your soul. So you have to remove yourself from these energies. And most of the time we know, and we just kind of, it's kind of like dealing with the girl who's very attractive, but really doesn't have the temperament to really stay around long. And you try to just stay along, just enough time to kind of get what you want and leave. But you leave with baggage. You leave with irritation. And you carry that forth into new situations when you're introduced to new people. So, I mean, for the people out there in 2021, if you learn anything, keep it essential, keep it organic, and keep it basic. Keep it basic. Like on a basic level, do you flow with this person? And if you can't flow on a basic level, why would you try to get advanced? If I don't understand basic math, why am I going to go take an advanced calculus course with this cat? They're going to fail. You know what I mean? So I'm done with my little rant, but it's something that it resonates something in me, because a lot of people fake intelligence. They fake what they know. Like, we're having an organic conversation about hip hop, and we have an energy because there's certain benchmarks that we check. You know what I'm saying? He's a student. He really loves hip hop. He really lives this. He really, it's just like, you go down the checklist, and it's just like, I leave the conversation knowing there's some check marks that bro already got checked off. And when sometimes people miss these check marks, we just like, oh, well, he's Shizzle's man, or he's this person's man. Like, we can't allow people to not be accountable for what they say they represent. If you don't represent it, don't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't come off like, a culture vulture. People do that.
Yeah, and you know what? I think you pointed it out. But what I see as being part of that problem, and it goes with the intellect as well too, is we have access to all this information now. So you can go up and Google something real quick, and you think that you're smart as fuck because you Googled something. You know what I mean?
True.
Hip hop is like that as well too. You know what I mean? And people, there's such a mass amount of things now that people just. It's really short attention span. There's so much stuff out there, and people don't go looking for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I could only say on the organic part, brother, I got to tell you, man, that is the most important thing. And this is why. If you don't live it, don't pretend like you do. And here's why.
Thanks.
Some moment in time, odds are you're not going to be able to live it. You think you will, but you probably won't. So it comes down to that point. Are you doing this because you love to do it, or are you doing it alternative methods to make money. You know, because usually people that are trying to just make money are going.
Hold on, Biz gotta shut that fucking car off.
Hey, did he get? Hey, did I? Is that how you turn the person off? Is that how you're like, Ryan, we're done with you? Put the beeper on. You're done. I feel like it's Dave Chappelle. Wrap that shit up, B.
Yeah, the fucking beeper, dude.
Your boy did us dirty, dog.
You hear it, right? You hear it?
Yeah, I hear it. I'm sure everybody be hearing it.
The people can't hear you. That's why I don't want you to waste your conversation. And why's that motherfucker gotta stay on so long? Okay, there you go. He muted it. Good.
He muted it. Appreciate him muting it, bro.
Oh, no. You know who muted it? Surge.
Yeah, I had to, dog.
Tight work, Surge.
He had to.
I felt, hey, man, I ain't even gonna lie, bro. For a second, it felt like it was the Dave Chappelle wrap it up, B. Like you put the applause in the background, like you're all right, dog. Wrap that shit up, bro.
Man, fucking, hey, Biz. Your car was beeping like a motherfucker, homie. What fuck you do? Go get some food or something? We can't hear you. Now you gotta leave it and come back on. You gotta redo the shit.
Hey,
we can't hear you. Go ahead, Ryan.
But D, I gotta say, man, it's been a pleasure kicking it with you guys, man. I hope you guys dig all the mixes. Biz, I can't hear you right now because it's muted. Bro, it's great to meet you. Hope you get a chance to cut it up one time and, you know, maybe blaze a little bit of hell, you know what I mean? Dax, you know, we're going to cut it up and chop it up. I do got to get, but I'm a chuck a deuce, man. It's good to finally cut it up with you guys, man. Love the show. The show's great. Surge, man, you do a great job. Appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir. Easy. We'll talk.
Bro. All right, bro. Surge, pop on. All right, Ryan.
I'm on.
Pop on, Serge. Where you at? Let's see you.
But I gotta turn the lights on. Yeah, just got back.
Yeah. He say I'm preoccupied right now.
That fool ain't doing nothing. Let him pop on for a minute.
Preoccupied.
Hey, yeah. So y'all got a chance to see him live. That's what's up. Cause y'all don't get to see live. Never. Y'all get to hear him. But you never get to see him. Hey, Ryan. Shit. Pop on. So we can talk about because we getting this team. We getting an NBA team. We getting a squad, and they play Emily Arena. And the NBA season, y'all, starts December. I think it's like December something. Like it's about to come up.
Yeah.
Until the NBA preseason is starting, and then like the official season starts like the 22nd. So that's popping. That's coming up. And we here in Tampa. Well, we in Sarasota. I'm in Sarasota, but in Tampa, we're supposed to get the Toronto Raptors. We get in Tampa. COVID, whatever's going on in Canada, I don't know about the rules and regulations and stipulations and all that good shit up there. But
it's them taxes. It's them taxes. Taxes is why all them teams be leaving. Yeah, like Montreal Expos. There's a reason why they don't have no baseball team no more. Because the taxes up there, they have better health care. But in terms of the taxation,
that's probably why. But they put it more into the people. Free health care. There's certain poverty lines that aren't reached there because they're trying to use that money to nourish the people instead of the percentage. So everybody else, they got Bentleys while everybody else got hoopies and shit. You know what I mean? Anyways,
facts.
Really, the whole reason why I'm saying it is Toronto Raptors are gonna come down and be the Tampa Raptors. Well, you know, whatever. Yeah, it's really happening.
That's what they're doing.
So we're gonna get an NBA squad in a minute, and y'all don't forget to check out Power. Just like we was talking to Don Pachino earlier. Shout out to that brother. He got the new collaboration with Method Man. Y'all make sure you go check out his album that's dropping on Christmas. You know what I'm saying? And while I was saying it, because Power is on tonight. The premiere of season 2, episode 1 of the new power, and Method Man is on the new power of the book of God. So that's why I was saying that too. I just wanted to recap some things while we're talking. And
sure.
Word. That's what's up. Got my man Big Biz. My man Biz, I saw you earlier, bro. You said you was with bro in St. Pete, and y'all was beginning some of the visuals for 2020 Part 2, something like that.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, it's not really 2020 Part 2. It's more of, I'm not going to tell the title right now, but what people have to understand is, it's movie number 2 for me. The documentary is out. That's what I was flashing earlier, guys. You could get that DVD right now for $5. I'm not trying to hit you over the head. Just inbox me at Leewood Herb on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, BIGHLW, or Big Business and Events. The second movie, and basically, people don't know what sometimes happens with an adapted script. Sometimes, based upon situations, you have to modify to enhance what story's being told. And this particular story that's being told, it has some similarities to what was going on in the 2020 Vision Project, but there are some distinct differences. And some of the distinct differences, I'll just tell you one. One thing that I wanted to do for specifically Central Florida, mainly Tampa, is I noticed that artists, and that would be any form of art, that could be, that could be a R&B singer, that could be a lyricist, that could be someone who does graffiti, who paints, whatever. Artists did not have a vehicle for their promotion, or their artistry, and the promotion is really what was lacking in a vehicle to elevate their success. And one thing, right, and I noticed that, based upon studying and doing the research, most of the time, any artist who actually does a movie, their stock and their status is elevated because they are seen in a different light to have more than one talent, or their talent is accentuated. So, what we're doing is more of a service to the arts than anything else, because the team that we built, and I'm not going to name drop everybody, because at the end of the day, some people think if I hear this name, I don't want to mess with them. It's organic with this. We have some new people involved, and I'm excited to say we have coming out of Virginia, transplanted to Florida, El Quote. El Quote is a thorough lyricist, and he's stepping into a major character in this film, and we're addressing. Oh yeah, definitely, and we're addressing.
His name is El Quote.
El Quote. Yes, indeed. Yeah, his real name is Luther, and his brother is lyrically versatile, and he's thorough, and
that's what's up.
He's stepping into this acting realm, already having a certain amount of experience, but also tying together the struggle that, honestly, young males go through between 18 and 26, trying to find themselves, and honestly being discouraged from the opportunities that are placed before them. When you're between 18 and 26, usually these are the choices. Go to the college of your choice and possibly just basically go in debt, or be, playing ball, or, having to, put your body in harm's way to earn a degree, which, puts you in a mind state of being less than. Or you go directly to work where they're not going to pay you a competitive wage, which is very discouraging, because it doesn't take into account your intellect or your ability. It takes into account your lack of experience. And what most people actually know is, given opportunity, those who are excellent excel. But without that opportunity, you're not going to get the growth in the the wealth that comes along with knowing what your self-worth is. So in those years, you struggle internally to really find out what you're made of, what you want from your life, and, you know, identify the wrong directions to go into. So this is what is going to be discussed in that particular the upcoming film that we're doing. And, you know, I'm excited about it. We had good energy yesterday, and, you know, we still need extras for that particular project. So if you're interested, hit the inbox. We'll see what we can make happen. There are limited spots because I would say 85% of the spots are taken.
Word.
Yeah. So went well this weekend.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yeah. So January 8th, I didn't even put this out yet, but I'll put it out on your show.
Keep going.
January 8th, we're in Crowbar. We're actually, I'll just say it this way. We're doing a show, basically it's entitled 2021, Great Things to Come. We're kind of celebrating making it through 2020. A lot of people left this earth, are no longer here. It's going to have comedian Ginger Kelly. We're mixing some lyrics and some laughter with this particular show. L Quotes performing as well. I'm going to stop it there because I'm going to release the different people who will be performing as well. We got a dress code for this event. It's winter white and denim, so you got to bring your fly gear, bring out the coats with the fur on them, bring out your nice denim jeans that are, you know, Crested Priest. Come fresh, you know what I'm saying? RSVP tickets are available on Eventbrite right now. I'm going to tell you right now, if you come to the door and try to buy the ticket, it's 10 online, it's more at the door. More on the door is just more. I ain't telling you a number because of COVID restrictions. This is limited seating. This is limited entrance, meaning that I'm going to drop later on that VIP is available. Guys, this is not just a bunch of performers getting on stage doing boop-de-boop-de-boop. You know, we're going to have people. This is what, and I'm starting to get into the comedian thing a little bit because in this time right now, that is what people need. They need the opportunity to laugh, to feel better about life. And this is what comedians are able to do because comedians are very special in the terms of they have had so much pain. It brings them joy enough to make that their profession, to make people feel better about themselves by relieving that strain of life. And many of those times is they're actually being introspective about their own pain, about their own experiences, or people who are within their social circle or family. So, you know, comedians, we have to celebrate them. We have to celebrate what they do for people. And I want to showcase those. I have been showcasing a certain number of artists as well. I had a virtual showcase with a cat, Steve Lally. Shout out to Steve Lally, all the way out in California. He's written for Cat Williams. So, and when Cat Williams was popping, like 08, 09, King of the Game, some of the material that he was composing or, you know, credited with saying was part of what Stephen Lally prepared for him. I've interviewed him on Transition Talks. Really great, humble guy. One of the things that he does is during this COVID situation is one thing here. It's different in California. You know, it's a little bit, the numbers are a little high as well, but he literally, to actually kind of make his soul feel at ease, he literally walks and gives like money to homeless people to make them feel better about their situation so they're not so hopeless. You know, this is the heart of a comedian who does it to make people feel better about themselves and their own lives. You know, and so it's something I'm very excited about. I'm very passionate about this Lyrics and Laughter, Great Things to Come show. Shout out to Tom for letting us have a Crowbar and kind of bring something a little bit different than the people are used to expecting. I anticipate it being a great event. Shizzle, I hope you can make it out. It's at Friday, 7 to 11 on January 8th. So if you can mark your calendar, I definitely appreciate you being there.
Word.
January 8th. So that's enough. I mean, I could tell them more, but I'm good. I'm good. You know, working on the movie. Got the show coming up January 8th. Transitions Talks is back next week with a new guest, new information. The numbers are growing, and I think it's one of those things. Next year, we're going to try to turn the corner on some things, and we appreciate your support, but I'm going to be very honest, very transparent. The things that we do require money, and I think that people who are businesses, especially businesses, need to advertise with your show. They need to figure out a way to become more involved with what you're doing, because the best way to get a word out is word of mouth. I know commercials are great, but if word of mouth is happening, you know, things people see sparks a conversation. Things people hear on your show spark a conversation. A lot of businesses started in 2020, and a lot of businesses went out of business in 2020. And if you want your business to be one of the businesses that actually stays in business, what are you doing different to get the word out about what your product is? This is a great platform for people to get that word out, especially through testimonials, especially through syndication, especially through having it go to multiple different outlets like the iHeartRadio, like Google Play. So people need to take advantage of the platform that you offer. I appreciate you having me on the show. It's one of those things where people don't understand not having a voice until things like radio, television, podcasts are no longer covering what they have to say. So I recognize that. I appreciate that. And if you're a business owner, you need to take advantage of that before that opportunity is no longer there.
I agree with them 100%. And I appreciate the love. You know what I mean?
Facts.
That's what's up. If you have anything that you want to say, anything else?
No, I just appreciate the people who rock with 2020 Vision Media and Film this entire year. You know, we did a lot of work this year, and we're trying to take it higher, but we will need the support. I'm not even talking about it too much, but people need to understand, without marketing and promotion, some of people's projects don't go or travel as far as they can. I'm going to actually, and I'm not a prideful person, but I don't like asking people for things unless I feel it's, you know, essential or very necessary. I think that many things that we do don't get the credit because they don't get the views. They don't get the eyes that should be on these things. So I think that I'm gonna do a crowdfunding thing to promote what is happening with this project, this film project. Once it's complete, I want to be able to have it go virtually across the United States, and that requires a little assistance. And I'm just going to put that out there. People like being fans of others' work, but at the end of the day, if you're my fan, that's cool. But I just want enough respect, and possibly, if you admire me, that's fine. Respect. If you respect what somebody does, if you respect them as a human being, if you see them in need, if you see them trying, you know, doing things to advance not just themselves, but the betterment of other people, anything that just involves me at this point is no longer worth doing. It has to involve other people. So you're not just, you may see my face, but understand, if I'm making a movie, how many people are involved in that? We're talking about 15, 20 people trying to take the lead and make 15 or 20 people's lives better based upon what they bring to earth in life and fruition. So I don't want people to think it's about me. It's really not. I don't need the camera. I don't need the lights. I don't thrive on that. I don't need the attention. I'm 6'9", 250, 280 pounds. I don't need attention. But I do need to make a difference. And that's what, makes me feel like life is worth living.
And that's what's up, brother. And
yes, sir.
You know what I mean? I appreciate you being my brother as well as being on the show. You know what I mean? That's what's up.
Facts. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Appreciate you. Surge over there hiding behind the Shizzle Show logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fool's chilling.
Yeah, he's chilling. He's chilling, man.
Oh, check this out. I want to shout out to my little cousin. Okay. Y'all remember we had little cousin on. My little cousin just he signed this year with Cincinnati, the Cincinnati University. They had their first game on ESPN today at 3:00 against Xavier College. Against Xavier.
Okay.
Word. So the cousin was on TV today. Little cousin was on TV today. His name is Michael Saunders Jr. and he plays for Cincinnati University. You'll see him with the mean Odell Beckham blonde blowout joint. You'll see little cousin. That's my little cousin. You know what I mean? We had him on the show where we
shout out to him
in his college dorm. In his college dorm before he started school. So you know, he played his first game today on national television on ESPN today at 3:00. So that's the little cousin. My little cousin's gonna go to the NBA. Yeah.
Yeah, it's written. It's written. There you go.
Shout out to all our guests, man. Shout out to Don Pachino for joining us live from Staten Island. You know what I mean? Yo, brothers, he's a legend in his own right. You know what I'm saying? A real Woo affiliate with Killer Army, with his brothers. That's real blood people. You know, blood. What would you call them?
Blood affiliate.
Not affiliate. No, he was involved with real blood relatives. Real kin, because RZA's little brother, Ninth Prince, was involved with Killer Army, as well as I think he said Killer Sin is Power's son, and Power was an essential business part. You got to see Power in that one movie with Mike Tyson, and matter of fact, you got to see Power. You got to see Power in Belly when he was like, "Yo, my man, he was up in the Woo-Wear store when he was." You know what I'm talking about?
I vaguely remember. Yeah, I would have to go back and check the footage, but I think I know what we're talking about.
Yeah. He was like, "Yo, my man was up in the Woo. I was up in the Woo-Wear store, and I seen him come in to do it." He was in that one movie with Mike Tyson and Robert Downey Jr. and it had Raekwon in it as well.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what it was called. Damn. And then you got to see Power in the other movie. Anyways, man, I'm rambling. Shout out to Don. I was accurate and getting people was really good. They didn't know. They don't even know what the hell I'm even talking about. Only the real cats in the essence even know what the hell I'm even talking about. But it's also keeping it relevant, doing what they're doing now. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody who was on the show today, and that's what's up. Yeah, man. Where's Surge at, man? Surge
what's good?
He's not gonna show his face, bro. I already see that.
I got the I can't turn the camera on.
All right, but you okay? You can't. Okay, but you know what movie I was talking about, right?
Yeah. I know about the Belly.
Belly. It was on Belly. That's what I'm saying. It was Belly, but you know the movie that had Mike Tyson and Robert Downey Jr. in it.
No clue.
Ah, shit! It was man. And Mike Tyson got mad and he smacked Robert Downey Jr. up. Remember? Because he was bothering him. And it even had your boy Allen Houston in it. And he used to play for the Knicks. Y'all know what movie I'm talking about. Damn.
I know the movie you're talking about. I just can't remember the name of it.
I just don't remember what the damn movie was called. But you know what I'm talking about. We saw Power in that movie, and then we saw him in Belly. And he was like, "Yo, he was up in the Woo-Wear store the other day, boom, boom, boom." And then he got locked up, and they showed him in jail and shit. And he hit the bone real quick, hit the cigarette, set it down, and he was talking to X, and X was like, "Why you calling a crib?"
Oh, you talking about Knowledge?
The number to the spot. Remember?
Yeah, he played Knowledge.
Knowledge. Word. He was Knowledge in there. So they know what I'm talking about. But y'all know what I'm talking about, though. You know what I'm talking about. X be animated. Why you calling crib?
Don't call the crib from the spot.
Don't call the crib from the spot. See? You know exactly.
As soon as you mention X, you see his whole mental got very clear.
Real X is right. X is serious, man. Shout out to Word. Man, and speaking of X, man, yo, when I first met Serge, man, Serge had that damn book, X's book, that looked like it was not on in our old part of the station. And he always wanted to meet DMX. Man, we were supposed to meet X because I was on the phone with his manager forever, and then X came to damn Tampa and didn't want to do no press. But shout out to Sandman. Serge got a chance to meet X, and that's great. I still got that picture of y'all.
I saw that picture in the pool hall. Yeah, I remember.
With you and X, and I think you got the book in your hand, didn't you?
Yup.
You, Serge?
Yes, sir.
That's who Serge wanted to meet. So, shout out to that. And we just talking about that because, we just talking about that X. So Serge got to meet X, and that's what's up. Word.
Yeah.
Word. That's what's up. All right, so that's what's up, man. I'm done.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody tune in. Y'all got anything to say? Serge?
Nah, that's it, brother.
I'm good.
All right, word. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We out of here. That's what's up.
Holla!
Yes, indeed. Peace out.
Peace, y'all.
Lights out.